my daughter out in the name of Jesus. Out of here. Take that bad demonic spirit, that demonic spirit.
I don't know how people record in an altercation and someone is lunging at them. I think that's the craziest thing, because I would have had to drop my phone. But clearly, she needed to record this and she needed to post it. It went up 3 days ago, but I needed to wait on more information to come out because I wanted to hear her side of the story, which we will, because I have a clip to show you. But before I tell you what her side of the story is or show you, I need you to view the rest of the video. We're going to talk about it. Could this pastor have handled things differently? Now, like this video so that other people can join the conversation. Subscribe to the channel and shop at CorgianHair.com. We have a Juneteenth sale all weekend long till Sunday, 11:59 p.m. or while supplies last. So please don't wait, because you're getting 12-ounce products, shampoo and conditioner for $6.19. You cannot beat that price. I don't think anybody could, but you know, I'm not here to brag. I'm here to show you the video. So let's get into it.
Of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. Out. In the name of Jesus. You're the devil from hell. You're coming in my house being disrespectful. How dare you call me? How dare you call me? A nigga, don't let me. All right. And you're the devil from hell. And you will never prosper in this house. You're the devil from hell. You ain't no devil. Out. The devil from hell. How dare you?
Don't let it.
Who's this? That's you and your man of God. You and your mother. You're a man of God.
Well, that was a lot. Let's get into what she had to say about how this whole thing started.
Backstory on what's going on. So, I grew up in St. John Pentecostal Church as a little girl. His wife grew up in St. John as a little girl. He went to another church. My family and his wife's family are very close-knit growing up. I still deal with some people in her family and whatnot, but there's never no bad blood. Everybody's just grown and doing their own different things. Moving along, I never had an issue with this pastor. Neither have I ever had an issue with his wife. I actually call his wife, auntie and stuff like that. Her grandmother is my godmother. Her mother is my god sister. Like, we are really like family, but everybody has gone their different ways. But still, there's no drama between my family and his family. My grandmother used to pastor this same church also. My grandmother died in 2018. Then it was another pastor that started pastoring. She just died recently, and he has now control of the church some way, somehow. This is on a Tuesday morning/afternoon. It was my cousin's husband's funeral. Yes, it was a funeral. The funeral's over. We greeted everybody. Go hug my cousin. I go hug some of the old time members that I haven't seen in a while. I proceed to leave, and the assistant pastor, because mind you, there's a pastor, there's a co-pastor, and assistant pastor. The assistant pastor is my god sister, and she asked my mother to not leave yet because she wants to show where they hung up my grandmother's photo back in the study. My mom stays and goes back to the back with my god sister, and she shows her, what's going on and whatnot. I stay to the back because he didn't call me. She didn't call me, so I'm gonna stay here. And plus, I was dressed in like street clothes. I was raised in a church. Like, if you go into the church, you're supposed to be dressed a certain way. But I just wanted to just pay my respects and dip out. So after that's done, my god sister also calls me and talking about, I have something for you and your brother. She takes me to the back and she takes out 2 photos of my grandmother and says, one is for you and one is for Rere. I say thank you. My mom takes it from me because I have my son and a baby bag in my hand. So we proceed to leave, and the pastor stops us in front of the church and says, where'd you get those from? To my mom. My mother doesn't respond. I respond and I say, Vera gave it to us. He turns around and proceeds to walk back in the church like he needs, verification. He comes back, maybe 35 seconds, 40 seconds, he comes back out. But in the midst of that, my mother's like, is there an issue? So he goes, he comes back out and he says, yeah, it's good. Y'all can go now. Just like this. Very dismissive. Y'all can go now. So I turn around because, like I said, I don't have no issues with this man. What's the problem? Why are you speaking to us like that? Why are you being so dismissive? He said, like I said, you can go. I don't need that energy up in my church. I'm still being like caught off guard because I'm like, am I being pranked right now? Because I've never experienced any type of issue with this man. So my mom keeps saying to him though, but like if there is an issue, you can have these photos back. And he's like, matter of fact, take those photos and don't come back. So my mom did say when he did say that, nigga, what? Because we were really taken back from that. Like, what do you mean? My mother's 63 years old. She's been in this church her whole life. What do you mean don't come back here? He started raising his voice because she did say the N-word and he said, my name is Pastor Timothy L. Everett Sr. You will not call me an N-word. And when I say that's how he did it, in my mother's face. So I step in front of my mother. My mother's 104 pounds soaking wet. I say to him like, hey, what are we doing here? Like, don't step in my mother's face like that. She better know my name. She better know the funeral director, the pastor that just preached, all these ministers, these men are in the church are backing him up like, Pastor, come on. He starts opening his suit jacket. Take off his suit jacket like, you will never step foot back in this church. You will never step foot back in this church. So now everybody is just like, what? Calm down. And now, when he said we can't come back in, we did proceed to walk back into the church. And that's when he tried to push us up out of the church. But he took his fixation off of me and put it all into my mom. And that's when he pushed her out of the church. And that's when everybody was like, Pastor. And that's when I started recording. That's why we don't have that part of the situation, because I never thought this situation would escalate to the level that it did. Now we're in the church and he's sitting here telling us that we're demonic and all of this. And I start pleading the blood. And he tells me I don't have enough power to plead the blood. He basically said, like, I am no one. I'm a demon. And the way I was raised is like, you don't give anybody that much power that they're a demon. A demon is, you don't want to be around a demon. You don't want to be around those evil spirits, you know? And I've never experienced that. And I was taken back and I was really crushed at it, you know? My voice is really high like that because I also have tears in my eyes because I'm just like, I'm shocked at the behavior that he is showing us. I've never seen this side of him. And I just wish I knew the issue on why do you feel this way towards my family and I?
Okay, so for me, I feel like there's an issue with the mom and the pastor. Now, what that issue is, I don't know. Because the daughter is giving the story of what happened on that day. But I do believe that it's a lot deeper. And we won't know until the pastor comes out and says something about it. And that's if he comes out and tells his side. I know I probably would, especially with stuff circulating on the internet these days. I would definitely give my side of the story if he has one. That could be dangerous too, though, because it could backfire. That's what I mean. But what I want to talk about with you in the comments section is, could he have handled this differently? Because you're a man, for one, so you're coming at women. I just feel like that's completely out of line. And there are always these older people in the church trying to break up a fight. That's very dangerous. And you're putting those people in a situation where they could be harmed. The pastor, to me, on this particular day, had no self-discipline. I understand he may have been offended. He may have been in his feelings about something. And I get all of that. But to go off to the point where you're lunging at two women and one who has a baby, according to her, is really, really crazy to me. And he says that they have a demon in them. Well, then what was going on with him that he could not get control of himself seeing that other people were holding on to him and trying to get them to stop. Now, what I will say is the mother and the daughter should have just left. They should have left. You put me out your church, baby, you ain't got to worry about it. I'm not coming back. If you put me out of your home, I will gladly leave and never step foot in there again. But that's just me. But I understand that they have some type of connection to the church. But I've always said that the church doesn't belong to you no matter how long you've been there. Because when it changes hands, that next person is over that church. So while, yes, her grandmother used to preach there, and then some lady before that who just passed away, and now he has been elected to be the pastor, that's who runs the church. No matter how long you've been there, no matter how much money you've put into it. And we see it all the time. And I'm not saying don't put money into the church. I'm just simply saying that, yeah, they need to plant their self somewhere else. But it definitely does not need to be at his church. Not after this. That's my opinion. You give me yours in the comments below, because that's what I'm here for.